and today I'm doing another pinch of nom recipe from their Express book. We are going to be doing what they call ham and leek gratin. So I'm not going to be using ham. I decided to use corn sausages, so I'm using 4 corn sausages instead of 200 grams of ham. You can use vegetarian ham if you want to, but that's not something that I really have. So I'm replacing it with 4 corn sausages, and I'm going to cook them and dice them up. So let's have a look and see what we do then. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sausages into the air fryer, and we're going to go on for about 10 minutes. You don't have to be fully cooked because you are going to cook these in the dish as well. And now we've got a large frying pan, and I've put some spray oil in. They say to use low-cal spray, but I don't like using that in my pan, so I put a little bit of oil in. This is on a low to medium heat. And then we're going to add 4 large leeks, which have been finely sliced. I'm only doing half the recipe, so this was 2 leeks. So we're going to put this in, and say low to medium heat, and we are going to cook this for 20 minutes. Keep giving it a stir, and yeah, that's that. Okay, so for the cheese sauce then, we're going to take a small saucepan, and we're going to add 500 ml of milk and 25 grams of reduced fat spread. And then we are going to bring this up till it's steaming, so when you start getting steam off of it, but it is not boiling. And while the milk is heating up, we're going to make a corn flour slurry. So I've got 3 tablespoons of corn flour, 3 tablespoons of cold water. We pour that in, and then we mix it together. And you should end up with something like that. Okay, so there is steam coming off of this milk now. The spread has melted. So we're going to add the corn flour slurry. And using a whisk, we're going to stir that in, and we're going to bring this up to the boil. Okay, so it's just starting to boil, so I'm going to turn this down to a simmer, and we are going to simmer this for 3 to 5 minutes, continuing to stir it until it is really thick. Okay, once the sauce has thickened, we're going to add 100 grams of reduced fat mature cheddar, which has been finely grated. And we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder. And then we're just going to stir this in until the cheese is melted. Go. And then we're going to season with some salt and pepper. And that's your sauce ready, and the leeks will be ready soon. Okay, once the leeks are done, we're going to add 80 grams of frozen peas. And then then you're going to add the ham, which will be 200 grams of sliced ham, which has been diced. I've got 4 corn sausages, which I cut lengthways into quarters and then diced it. And we're also going to add a teaspoon of garlic granules and a teaspoon of mustard powder. And season with some salt and pepper. And we're going to stir this all in. Once everything's stirred in, we're going to transfer this over to a casserole dish. So don't forget, if you're doing for 4, you need a bigger one than this. I'm only doing for 2. So we're going to spread this out evenly. And then we're going to pour the cheese sauce over. And lastly, for the topping, we're going to use 1 slice of whole wheat bread, which has been blitzed into fine breadcrumbs. We're going to add 20 grams of cheese, the reduced fat cheddar, and 1 teaspoon of garlic granules. So just going to give this a mix by hand. And then sprinkle over the top. Okay, so that's all the hard work done then. So this is then going to go in the oven at 200 degrees for 25 minutes. And there we go. It's been cooking for 25 minutes. You can see it's all bubbling. Christ, looks good. Right, I'm going to let this cool down for a minute. And then we're going to dish it up and give it a try. Okay, let's give this a try. It's leeks, it's cheese and a few other bits thrown in. That is really nice, really worth the effort. Definitely going to be having this one again. Yeah, so that's it from me. Keep experimenting, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye!